Okay.
Okay. Well, what were you saying about how you think actually all Christian people are correct, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That's true.
racism is cool?
Yeah. 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 I've found the light of Christ.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I'm actually here to spread the good word to the millions and millions of fans clamoring to hear.
Yeah, yeah. I am seeing the concurrent viewers number right now, and there is at least 1 0 there.
That is true. That is true.
At least one, maybe more,
Hell
potentially
yeah,
several.
dude. Let's go.
Mm, 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 mm.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Well, I'll just do the weird like comma or whatever the fuck Europeans do to make it seem like there's a bunch of people after the since y'all do that with decimals.
More commas after the 0.
Isn't that what it is? I don't know, dude. I'm not
Yeah,
collegially
the comma
educated.
is in Europe. I think the thing that designates decimals. Yeah,
Yeah, unless it's a period decimal
yeah.
point.
Which ironically is for you. You use the comma to designate higher orders of magnitude,
Yeah,
and we use the period.
it's so weird. Like seeing that shit. I know it's probably like the same for y'all, but it's like so weird seeing that backwards. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've come to accept both because I
Mhm.
don't understand numbers anyway. So,
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
who gives a
it's not
shit?
like it matters. It's just
Yeah,
a symbol, but we're right. That's
Funny squiggles on lines, but with racism.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, gee, the fucking American Wolves versus German Wolves thing is a thing that I think about often. Because there have to be places in America that have proper walls, right?
Yeah. I mean, well, what do you mean? So, what do you mean by that?
Walls that you
That's not drywall insulation.
Yeah.
walls that you would break your fist against.
I mean, we have that too, but also like drywall isn't like bad. It's actually really good.
I hear
You
it's
know, it just depends
cheap,
on where you are. Yeah,
like
it's
it's
cheap.
affordable.
Yeah, it is. It's cheap, but like it's fire retardant almost completely. And a big thing too when it comes to like construction or like plumbing or electrical, it's a lot easier to work with because drywall you can just bust a little hole in it. It's really easy to replace as opposed to like a full ass like brick wall that
That is true. I'm not an expert, but I do reckon that
yeah
stone is also a little bit fire retardant at least.
right
Um,
right
but I did put up my whiteboard that I've had for many years rather recently, and we actually couldn't get in one of the thingamajigs that you put into the wall
like a
to
nail or
fix it.
something.
Yeah, it's more like a drilly nail, the one with a
Yeah.
spiral on it.
Yeah, screw.
A screw, yes, one of those.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
that particular apparently my wall is especially terrible for this, but there was
Mhm.
like a metal section there, so we only have 3 out of 4. But it's fine
Yeah.
because the other ones can hold it.
Yeah. No, I see people shit on drywall, and it's just like it has different reasonings for it being used. I don't think it's worse or better. It's just like it. There's things you trade off. It's less sturdy, but one, like none of the housing supports are on it. That's what you have like wood and shit for. And again, two, like if you're doing any actual work to the guts of the house, it's just more affordable and like easier to deal with than again like having to bust open brick walls
I
because
Also,
that's
if you
that's a day
if
job just
you're
doing
looking
that.
to, also if you're looking for like a sturdy place to hang something, you can just get you can just like you can either get a stud finder or just lightly tap on the drywall and just
Mhm.
feel where
Yeah,
the
where the
wood
stud
frame
is.
is. Yeah,
Yeah.
where the wood frame or stone is.
well, the one thing that I would find concerning is
Yo, what's
it
up?
it doesn't seem particularly good for like hurricanes, which I do
No,
think
no.
Americans deal with a little more frequently than Europeans,
Yeah,
even
but it
in
depends on where you live.
Tornado Alley, Germany.
It depends on where
Well,
you live,
like
though. Like
like
not the whole country
here
deals with
No, all
hurricanes.
of the look, the whole all of America has hurricanes and
Okay.
desert and snow.
Yeah.
well
So Brett's like
here
Mario
here
World.
To be entirely fair, Anfash, houses are made like that in every fucking corner of the United States, including in Florida, where it's prime hurricane area.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like.
Also, here in Hurricane, in Tornado Alley, where I live, virtually every house has like a concrete basement that you can go hide in.
Yeah.
It's literally just because it's cheap. It's just cheap to make prefab houses out of wood and fucking styrofoam.
And in the insulation, the pink cotton candy insulation makes it also easier to heat and cool. You know, it makes it's pretty efficient.
Look,
my rent is still expensive.
I'm not necessarily defending cool architecture and shit like that. I just drywall is an incredibly useful tool that I think a lot of people shit on unrightfully. Like there's plenty of instances where it's the best thing to use.
Yeah, drywall is really good for interior walls usually.
Yeah.
Not so great.
Hang on.
Not so great as part of your exterior.
I'm very sorry.
On the outside.
I just put the word drywall into the dictionary, and it turns out that's in Germany called Rigips, which is something that just all walls also have.
Yeah, it's gypsum. It's like gypsum or some sort of polymer.
We just have behind it. We have stone instead of.
Yeah, the main difference between German, European houses and American houses is the fact that we make it out of fucking sticks. We looked at the Three Little Pigs and decided that the stick guy was the one who's really on top there.
Well, again, it depends on where you live.
The construction of our houses is it's a wooden frame.
Does it really depend on where you live?
I'm about to finish what I was about to say. So it depends on where you live and how old your architecture is, right? So I bring this up a lot. The Northeast, right? So where I'm located, most things are built of brick and stone, and then the inside is bubble architecture.
I don't know if that's actually true, and I mean maybe where you personally live, your area, but I guarantee you around you is suburbs made of that same fucking wooden prefab house bullshit that is a huge portion of the housing market.
Yeah, it depends more on age than anything.
You go to downtown Philly, they're not gonna have that shit there because it's all bricks that were laid back whenever you could fuck a prostitute next to the Capitol building.
We're north of where I live, it's all brick. But then you go out to the suburbs, and it's wood frame, pink installation, siding on the outside, and then drywall on the outside or on the inside.
Yeah.
I do feel using drywall for interior walls is a good trade-off though, because
you don't need structural stability on the inside of your house.
Yeah,
it's also sometimes good to be able to kick down your fucking wall and go into your bedroom,
especially if you're on meth. Especially if you're addicted to meth and you just need a really fast way to get to the bathroom.
I just thought of an idea of a guy who fucking keeps his guns in his drywall, but also really likes sports shooting, so he just has to break his fucking drywall each time he gets.
No, I knew a guy when I lived in Florida. He had an apartment above his garage. This is out in Pensacola, Florida, and he was a meth addict. And he got the idea that he wanted to be able to be like a fireman and just jump from his apartment straight into the garage, straight into his car. So he took an axe and shot the big ass hole in his floor and started. And then we went to go visit. And I remember I wasn't personally friends with him. I knew a guy who knew him, and we went over there. There's this massive fucking hole in his floor. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "Yeah," and I'm gonna rip a hole in my car so that way I can just jump straight in and take off if the cops show up. And it's just like.
See, this is why when you're high on meth and you want to do some construction work, you call up your contractor first. All right.
You contact your drug
addicts, though.
You contact your contractor and your drug dealer and get them to cooperate with you to figure it out.
No, you call your drug dealer to tell you to stop.
Listen, I've met drug dealers. They wouldn't tell you to stop.
I've met drug dealers I've met drug dealers who've been like, they refuse to sell to certain people just because they're so far gone.
Brown skinned.
Right, but I've also met people who don't do drugs who would think that's an epic, cool idea. So, like, it's not even like a...
Yeah, I think that's an epic, cool idea.
Yes.
It's an epic Reddit moment. Oh shit! What was the name of that one? It was from the Something Awful forums. The one dude who decided he was going to do an extension on his house on his own. The Grover House. The Grover House. This. Oh my god! He had insulation like under the stairs where he didn't need it, and he had like a Windows set where if he fell down the stairs, you would go careening out of the window. It's just so many bad ideas that are like, this is why we have people who went to school.
Yeah, it's so weird that for some reason I've met a significant amount of people who think that building a house is a simple endeavor.
It is.
It is. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Building a house is really easy. Building a house that you would want to live in is very difficult.
Well, yes, I assumed that caveat was somewhat implied, but I will take that point.
Excuse me, Cody. I've built a yurt before. I would live in a yurt.
No, I've seen homeless people construct homes out of fucking like used pallets behind a drag club before. All right, like it's not that hard.
Oof. Yeah. What are we talking about?
Your mom.
Homeless engineering.
Oh.
Yeah. There was another sort of much more dangerous Grover House moment from Reddit from like 10 years ago, where this guy posted in like one of the construction Reddits. He's like, I knocked out this wall to make a larger living room. Check it out, it's cool. And what it was he had like he had like a living room in his basement, and then there was a wall, and behind the wall there was a hallway. And he's like, why do I need this separate? Why don't I just make my living room bigger?
Was it a load wall?
He knocked out the wall and left like 2 pillars of wall on each end, and knocked out the wall. And then he went and posted all the pictures on the Reddit. And like one of the top replies was, "Get the fuck out of your house. That was a load-bearing wall, you fucking idiots."
Fuck hell. Of course it fucking was. Also, hello, folks.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Porsche.
Hi.
Yeah, I just got back from seeing a movie.
I
watched Encanto, bitches.
Huh?
What, Batman?
What is it?
No, Encanto, the Disney movie.
Oh, that was okay.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that, like...
It was very...
That was very an okay movie.
Yeah, I saw parts
that,
of
that was the one movie all the dude bros were, like, mad about for some reason, because I guess Caltech...
Because there was Buff Lady in it. There was Buff Lady in it, and it was about minorities.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen the Buff Lady. She's cool.
Wait, just because
she
there's
was
a minority,
the
but like,
and there's a neurotic twink in it. Like it's just great. It's honestly, I've seen a lot of people who are gay just get fueled over that movie.
No. So my question is, how is there a fucking twink in it?
They have a twink in their walls. They have a twink living in their walls.
Am I the only one who... Is Posh like really quiet for anyone else?
He is very quiet. Yes.
Yeah, he just
give me a
went.
second.
I don't know. I saw parts of it. As Cody said, it looked very okay, but Coco is where it's at. Coco was like the best
it was emotional. There were some things in there. I feel like from what I've heard, it definitely would appeal a lot more to someone who grew up in a more Hispanic environment than me.
As a child.
Very.
Yeah, but again, you could
watch it.
Like I said, like Coco came out and everybody liked that universally, and probably you could say the same thing about that. It's all about fucking Mexicans.
I didn't see Coco.
Dude, it's based as fuck. The only thing that's inaccurate is grandma breaks his guitar, and if that was me, I would have shot my fucking grandmother in the face. But
I see. This is what I'm talking about. Is from what I'm seeing from media and seeing reactions online, Hispanic people just have like absolute cunts for grandmothers.
Oh yeah, the
Well,
reaction.
I
feel like
she's white, so.
Yeah. Oh okay.
but she white though.
Yeah, trade off.
She can't
Good
be
food,
Hispanic. She's
horribly
white.
abusive grandma. You know, like
I do like the part of the movie in Encanto where Colombian death squads come and murder their family. That was fun.
that was a cool part. Yeah.
That is true. Like
I'm not joking. That happens in one of the.
That is true.
That happens.
I'm sorry. Are you fucking serious?
He's not joking.
Yeah, like
the
whole like plot is that like this grandmother and her and her child, her newborn child, and like this guy are like fleeing like their town being sacked by like raiders, basically, like horseback banditos or
somewhere in either Central or South America.
Yeah, it's kind of vague. It's kind of vague as to where exactly it is. But the point is,
an amalgamation.
A miracle happens, and then they get magical powers to protect them, and then they grow a huge fucking family that becomes basically the like pillar of a new community.
So you just described Beasts of No Nation, except it's Africa and not South America, and the massive family is all the child soldiers Idris Elba gets to then kill people.
By the way, Beasts of No Nation is a great film.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The whole thing in the movie is basically like everyone in the family gets like magical powers, except one of them ends up not getting magical powers and then feels left out and shit.
Well, I mean, the grandma doesn't have magical powers as well.
I think she does.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. She just has to.
She like just controls the lantern. She just has the magical artifact or something.
How about a Pixar's Beast with No Nation?
Oh yeah, try fucking sanctioning that shit, bro.
Idris Elba's gonna be the reason a bunch of liberal women are gonna turn into furries.
Oh hell yeah!
I thought that was that.
Idris Elba has a dump truck ass.
No, Idris Elba's voicing Knuckles in the Sonic 2 movie.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There's going to be a Sonic 2 movie. That's my question. Wasn't the first one absolutely horrific?
No, but it was. Listen, it was perfect, but it was also great. It was basically everything I could have hoped for in a Sonic movie, which was that like it was cringe in the right way, and it was bearable to watch.
Yeah, there's a Sonic 2 with and Idris Elba's gonna be Knuckles.
The better to the Knuckles rap, or I'm gonna walk out.
Do you think I want your power? And he just knocks Sonic the fuck out.
I like how everyone just sort of agreed that Knuckles is black.
Wait,
I
mean,
he's red.
No, he's red.
Okay, red or
he's the Knuckles. He's Knuckles. He's got the Knuckles.
Wait, the orange one is the woman, right?
Yes,
the girl one. That's the orange one. Yeah.
There's an orange woman.
Wait,
there's
Tails is not a woman. He's just a twink.
Okay. I didn't play Sonic, so I.
No, Sonic is blue. Tails is orange. Rose is pink. Knuckles is red.
Amy is pink. It's Amy.
Which is the one that has black fur, the edgy one?
That's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I should have guessed that that's the fucking name. There's so I love the memes with him. That it like just.
He also
nice dick.
He also has a gun. Canonically, in his game, he has an assault rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the scene in the fucking trailer for Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game, and when she's holding an MP5 submachine gun and he cocks it, like just like he would like a pump action shotgun, like.
Oh yeah, I want to be an advocate for the Sonic Boom cartoon series just because. It's so tongue-in-cheek with its humor and like really self-referential.
Remember that episode of the Sonic TV show in which he told you how to avoid pedophiles?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I remember that.
Excuse me.
No, it was.
There was a PSA in the Sonic the Hedgehog show back in the day where they told you
that.
If someone's trying to grab you, just get out of there and find an adult.
Yeah. Tell him no way.
No way.
But so in the Sonic Boom cartoon for like the whole like second or midway from the first season to the end of the first season, it's just Dr. Robotnik just hyping up Shadow the Hedgehog so much, talking about how cool Shadow the Hedgehog is. He can't wait for him to show up and beat up Sonic.
Lol. I did not understand a single thing that happened because my sister brought home friends because she's doing a movie shoot, supposedly.
Hang on, excuse me, what?
Yeah, no, she started doing classes for movie shoots, so she might be doing a movie shoot at my house.
Okay.
For some fucking reason, she chose my room. Like, can you fucking not, bitch?
That's
It's
hilarious.
a bit of an invasion of
It was like,
privacy.
bitch, I
seems like-
understand you want to advance your career, but bitch, can you not?
This sounds like the kind of thing I would do to someone as a prank, to like
Yeah.
just to
What,
inconvenience
just
them.
Yeah,
just
same.
take over their room.
Fucking hell.
I mean that really should yeah. Oh, by the way, this is something that occurs to me just now. There's going to be a meetup.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
We
it's-
doing another one, bruv.
It's going to happen probably in May. This one grew out of the same situation that the last meetup grew out of, which is that someone got in touch with me. It was like, yeah, Buffalo hit me up. It was like, yeah, Anfash and I are going to be in Amsterdam.
Damn.
This time, and
Oh,
that's how
fucking
I
damn it,
came up
dude.
with the date for
Eons
that.
ago.
That sounds really fun,
Yeah.
and sounds like I'm not gonna have the money to go there.
Yeah,
I
in Amsterdam next
will
week.
eventually go to America and have meetups there.
Where is it this time?
Probably Hamburg. I mean, definitely
God
Hamburg.
damn.
Yeah.
I'll try to come, but I'm not very good with German.
You should do the meetup at that one warehouse that's Czech territory.
Oh, we should do a meetup
Posh,
in
you-
Ukraine.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Meet a border of Poland.
Yeah, boys. Me and the homies about
You can go
Some
watch
Russian-
you can go watch Louis C.K.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Louis C.K. is just like wandering around.
I feel
wandering
very
around.
good.
Still in Kiev.
Yeah.
I'm very
I
sad
do-
that he didn't go.
Yeah,
that would have been hilarious
yeah.
if he had
That
gone
would've
and then got
been
stuck
the
there.
Funniest
Damn.
shit that if he had.
He would have
actually-
redeemed himself completely. All
That
the
would-
other
Damn,
shit that
bro.
happened in
I
the
can-
past
I can
wouldn't matter
imagine.
anymore.
I
'Cause
can imagine one of the pictures we would take would be me and the boys about to raid some Russian tanks.
Yeah, would meet up
You
in a
ju- you
Russian
just- you
tank.
You just,
Yes.
I can't go, I'm too fat.
Ukraine.
I can't even
You
fit
just-
into an American tank, let alone a Russian one. And those are
You
made for
just-
plus-size individuals.
Yeah, you just go into the Ukraine and just find like a T-72, and you ask around, and it's just like, yeah, if you can get it started, it's yours.
Damn. I would not be able
Just
to
be,
do
just make sure you clear out all the bits of brain and blood. You know.
I did not work on a tank program long enough to know how to actually drive one.
The difficult thing I think is going to be I want to make this one on a Saturday, right? Because last league meetup was on a Thursday. Simply because then there would be enough space. And I have no idea how many people are going to show up to this one.
I want to go.
I have like no clue how that
I am like
works.
almost assuredly not able to go.
No,
I don't even know the
I'm
password.
aware of that, but like the last one, I expected like 3 people to show up, and it was like, I don't know, it was like fucking 15 or something.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
like, so someone had like driven up from Belgium.
From fucking Belgium, holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how far Belgium is
It's
from
like right
where
there.
you.
It's like right. It's
Yeah, like
right
that
where
sounds
you
like
live.
to me that sounds like someone's saying
Yeah.
like, "Oh, dude, they drove all the way from Savannah, Georgia." Like,
Yeah, it's probably even closer than that, honestly, because Florida's fucking huge. It would probably
That's
be
true.
like someone drove up from like fucking Jacksonville or some shit to where you
Let
are.
me check the distance. Let me check how long.
oh,
that
that's
would
what. Yeah,
take.
like Jake came to me from there. So like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I did have people like someone like when I had a meet up with my friends recently. Like the closest guy was like in Jacksonville.
Cody, the Europeans are too weak to understand real distance. What actually
All the way-
traveling far is.
Alduin fucking flew down here from the frigid north.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a 2.5 hour drive.
Oh no, dude, my
Wait,
grandpa's
I-
farther than that.
Also-
Also,
commute
when
to
are you
work.
posting? Are you gonna
Like-
post like the events and announcement or something?
Like my commute
Oh,
to
there will be an announcement. Yes.
Okay.
my commute to work's gonna be like an hour and a half coming up soon. So like I'm not.
Lol.
Yeah,
You know,
that's...
I hate that I can't complain about gas prices because even though gas prices are so expensive here, there's always going to be a European being like, "Yeah, it's $12 a gallon here."
No, it's
Well,
$12
apparently
a
to them a
liter.
2-hour
liter,
drive.
dude.
Yeah,
Not even a gallon.
okay, but apparently to them a 2-hour drive is a great distance to travel. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like,
It also
Yeah,
depends where you are.
2 hour
For example,
drive.
if you're in somewhere like, which is Belgium, for example, 2 hours is not going to be too bad.
This
But
is
if you're in
assuming
England,
he is
if
from
you're in
Brussels.
England,
Yeah,
I am not, but I've seen
No,
2 hour
not
drives in Belgium.
yeah.
I've
Okay.
seen what
Yeah,
a
it's like-
2 hour drive in Belgium is. It's not very long.
It's
But
Cleveland
if
to
you're in
Pittsburgh.
London, for fuck's sake, if you're in England, 2 hours is a long time. And
Hang
you will
on.
feel
I'm
that.
sorry. I posh.
dude, your
Please
country is as big. Your country is as big as my state. Shut the fuck up.
Can you
Yeah.
explain
Fuck
to me
you.
what you
It's
mean
too
by
long.
this? Because
I
as
disagree.
far as I am aware, even though there's different time zones, the passage of time is still the same.
Do you
Yeah.
mean it's ass-to-ass
Yeah,
traffic?
but you can have-
Is that what you're complaining about? It's just the ass-to-ass traffic? and it
Maybe,
takes you, like,
maybe,
5
but
minutes.
like
Yeah.
it
No,
took,
no,
it
what?
took
We do
4
this shit over
hours.
here too.
It took 4 hours for me to get to York when I went to uni there. When
That's 4 hours.
I got dropped off.
It's also,
Wait, you're
it's
in
also
Europe,
the,
though.
It's also
That's
the
from-
quality of the drive as well.
Bro, it takes me 6 hours to leave the state I'm in.
No, because I'll agree, right? Like ass-to-ass traffic is hell driving 2 hours in as opposed to open roads. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like 2 hour. Like my grandparents live up in fucking Connecticut, right? That's in between fucking Boston and New York, so everything's gridlock, and it's like the worst shit on the planet. You know?
Yeah, like I'd rather drive 2 hours across Montana than any
Yeah.
East Coast states.
yeah.
Thing
It's
is,
just
it really
way more enjoyable.
No,
this
that's
is-
wrong. Just take down 95. I-95 is literally just a straight shot, like through traffic through like 20 states. Like,
This winter's proven that I-95 is terrible.
Oof.
it really
with
isn't
that-
that
with-
bad driving in the UK though.
Yeah,
I've never had like bumper to bumper traffic on 95 because it's usually really clear.
I will say.
Also-
Yeah, go on.
I was about to say also, like, large states generally have, like, pretty good speed limits, like 80, 85 miles an hour. So you can get anywhere pretty quick.
Yeah, it's usually
I will-
70 here.
I will say though, I do understand a bit when people bitch in the UK if it's anything like Ireland, where like all the roads are like these single lane. They're supposed to be 2-lane roads, but they're so fucking skinny and covered in hedgerows. Like it, I don't know how the fuck there's 2 lanes.
There's a
The-
couple
the
roads like
further
that
you
get
in the
most of
south.
it.
There's a couple roads like that in the
further-
south. Like you go to
Mississippi-
It's the
Tennessee.
entire country. It's
Yeah,
everything.
The further you
Mississippi
get
is notorious.
from London or any kind of big major city in the UK, that is what you get.
Yeah, and I can see how that would be a bummer.
I mean, in like
Scary.
internal London, sure, but the moment you're past like the M5, it's open roads the entire fucking way.
Mhm.
Parts of it, yes.
No, like pretty much the entire way to York. Once you're out of like the city center of London,
I must
Is-
have taken a different road because I remember just seeing hedges upon hedges upon hedges.
hedges like bushes.
Yeah, bushes.
I mean, you're not on the
It's
highway.
still- yeah. No, you can take a highway that takes you like pretty much all the way from the south to the north. Like there's a bunch of them.
Mm.
I assume there's a bunch of them. Fucking
Yeah.
third world nation head ass if you're not.
Obviously.
Goddamn, like.
I mean, it is England.
Yeah, no,
so-
London is a third world country, obviously.
No, it really
No.
it brings me great joy that even though we have such shitty train infrastructure, it's still cheaper than your fuckers. Amtrak is so much cheaper than your fucking rail. It's
Yeah,
so
for
funny.
some reason we fucked up. For some reason we fucked up when it came to doing that shit. I know
Yeah,
you
but-
literally
but-
buy discarded German tracks. Like when the Deutsche Bahn goes, "Oh, we don't want this steel anymore. It's useless for trains." That's when the British show up and go, "Oh, well, don't mind if I do."
No, because British people have a hard-on for old trains for some reason.
No, not the trains, the tracks.
That's right. Yeah.
That includes
The
tracks,
iron.
Burger. That includes tracks.
Why?
Are
I don't
tracks
think
a
people
part
sleep
of the
with
train?
tracks.
I don't think so.
I've never
not
really heard
sure.
someone that deeply autistic that they obsess about trains and
Oh my
tracks.
god, these tracks have fucking rust on them and old graffiti.
I'm not sure, like,
Yeah.
the
I have seen
general
that. I
public
have seen
is
people
really-
say that one.
Oh, okay.
To be fair, there's that bourgeoisie guy on TikTok who's awesome. I love bourgeoisie, but he obsesses. I think that he obsesses over like maintenance trains that like maintain the tracks. Like that's his thing.
Those are cool.
That's
Not
like
like the
autism.
not the passenger, not the cargo, the maintenance trains. He just adores them. And when they pass him and they honk their horn, he's just like, oh. It's. I'm not making fun of him, but he's great. I love him.
Is that the train guy? Is that the train?
It's the train.
By the way.
He's
a national treasure. He's a national treasure.
Yeah, his last name is Bourgeoisie. Like
Easy.
literally.
Oh,
Fuck
really?
him.
It's his last name. He doesn't have a
Bourgeoisie.
choice. It's his last name.
Holy
You know, like
shit.
if I'm gonna go out, it'd be nice if
Bourgeoisie.
like I got hit by a fucking freight train because those fuckers have like more kinetic force than a nuke. So all that shit gets transferred in your body, you're just gone.
Oh yeah, I watched
That's
a video of a freight train hit a cow, and the
Yeah.
cow just
It
exploded.
vaporizes. Yeah, it's just that's it. No more cow.
I love the camera view from inside the train where the conductor, the driver is just like laying on his horn, and the cow is just standing on the track, and they're coming closer and closer, and the cow's just staring at the train, and the driver's just like, God damn it! You just hear, boom. And it's just like, God damn it!
Jesus.
Because now he has to stop and fill out an accident report.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Speaking of dead cows. Oh, I really thought that sentence was going somewhere,
Oh,
but
no.
it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of
no.
dead cows,
being a dead cow's steak is tasty. Same as
How's Margaret
hamburgers.
Thatcher doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same. As me.
actually, speaking of cows, I watched it's somewhere on Twitter. There's a video of these Ukrainian soldiers, and they're launching a javelin at a Russian tank, and the tank is in a field with some cows, and the tank just blows up, and the cows are just dead. They just keep on just like grazing.
Speaking
You
of
just don't
cows,
care.
speaking of cows,
Yeah.
what's the biggest animal you guys think could fight and win?
Oh,
What that we could fight? in,
what
or-
kind of do I have access to weapons, or is it
I mean,
barehanded?
it's just you barehanded.
Me barehanded, the biggest type of animal I could fight.
It'd be like a dog.
I'd say a
fight a
gator.
shark.
I could fight a gator, I think.
I could.
I don't
fight
know.
another-
I feel like the
fight a
hardest
dog.
part is going to be killing it, but like I
Yeah.
think I can outmaneuver a gator pretty easily.
Yeah, what
that's
I
true.
came to with this is I think now we'd both die, but I think I could fight a wolf, but I would not live. Both of us, I think, would be dead.
I think fighting a wolf would actually be harder because they're very quick.
Yeah, but
I think
yeah.
it's gonna be either because I'm very big, so like if I can outmaneuver it, I can smash its fucking head in.
Because we're both pack hunters, so we're both out of our element, you know. But I feel like I could get in a
Pack.
chokehold, but he'd also take chunks out of me, and I just bleed out. You know.
True.
Could be, yeah. I mean, like.
I mean, I could probably take a pit bull, but that would be me counting on adrenaline, allow me to just like lift it up and smash it into the concrete.
But like, see, the thing is though, is why if I was to fight a dog, I would not want to fight one of the dog breeds that's bred to kill people. So like, I wouldn't go for a Rottweiler or a pit bull because you know that's like kind of what they're designed to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm counting on like adrenaline and testosterone for me to like. Once it grabs my arm and like digs into my arm, that I can just lift it up and just smash it straight on its head, and hopefully its skull caves in.
What about
That's
you?
what
You
I'd
guys
be
hear me
hoping.
all right?
You're really quiet.
That's what I'm hoping. Oh,
Okay, give me a second.
yeah.
Like a deer, I think a deer would fuck me because it kicks you. You're done.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, no, the deer.
I actually have a funny story
deer.
about that. My dad, back in basic training, when he was in the Air Force, he had to do survival training, and at one point, a bunch of people like had were setting up a what's it called? Setting up like a trap, like a sling trap to try and catch a deer.
Yeah.
But they didn't have like knives or anything, and so someone brought up the important question of what the fuck are we gonna do when we catch it?
Tear it open with our bare hands.
I know for a fact that it is at least a swan that I can take.
You can take a swan.
Yeah, because this is like I was like on like a biking trip. It was early in the morning, sun was just out. I wanted to go for a piss. I opened my tent flap, and there's just a fucking swan right outside my tent. Just
right there.
Listen, I can take a gator. I don't know about a swan. The things are vicious.
Joke.
I instinctively kicked it in the neck.
I'm not joking. Swans are assholes. Fuck them.
Yeah, swans are
They're
evil.
just assholes. They're strong as shit, especially their wings, and if they fucking hit you, they can break your bones.
Yeah,
but I mean, if I take a swan, it's dead. It's gonna die.
I do think I got lucky.
If it hits you, you're fucked up too. Like
they're one of the inside of a swan's like a swan or a goose's mouth before. That shit's horrific. That's eldritch.
Yeah,
right.
no, that is
goose are not strong. I'm saying like the wings on swans are swole as shit, and they will fuck you up if they hit you with their wings. Game over. Like your leg.
Actually, another
technically break their wings beforehand, wouldn't you?
No. That's how they're designed. The swans, that's their attack capabilities mainly with their wings.
Albatrosses are the same way. Their wings are fucking huge and just muscle.
I like how we're sitting here being like, you think a gator or like maybe like a wolf, but then it's like swan's like, oh, I ain't fuck with no swan.
No. I think you could. I would say don't underestimate it because like a gator and a wolf are things that you go in knowing it's dangerous, but a swan you're like, that's just a bird. That's not going to do anything.
Yeah,
and then he fucking
and then he fucking
There's one video. There's one video I saw on Reddit where it's this Canadian goose who's been terrorizing this office park, and you see like this Karen ass looking woman, just full like hairstyle, office suit, everything, and you see her just walking straight up to the fucking goose, and the goose is like spread its wings out. And like getting ready to attack her, and she just goes and grabs it by the neck and just starts dragging it away from the office park and just chucks it, just like hurls it into a fucking pond and just walks away.
Hell yeah. I do think I got lucky that I was able to get that particular kick in right at like the weak point of the animal. It was still posturing, and I was like in reflexive combat mode.
Hell yeah.
If it had actually gone to attack me, especially given that I was like sitting down in a tent, things might not have gone that well.
You want to talk about a bird who's scary. Like I could definitely take it, but it's a bird that terrifies me. Is fucking pelicans. Because they'll try to eat it.
Pelicans can be scary.
They try. I've seen videos of them trying to eat puppies and like dogs.
Oh yeah, no, they eat shit. They eat fucking babies.
Yeah,
that shit is like no kosher, non-kosher.
Yeah, but like so does Hillary Clinton, and I could beat the shit out of her. So
that is true. That's valid. Yeah, I'm not a baby.
I mean,
plenty of things
eat
babies. I could fuck them up.
Yeah. And
I
think a swarm of ants can eat a baby if you live it in the sun long enough.
Oh, don't remind me of fire. I hate that when it floods in the south. You start to see pictures of fire ant rafts. Those things are fucking terrifying.
Of what?
They make that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, fire ants.
Dude, ants are so cool.
Yeah, when a fire ant nest is like flooded, they'll build a raft out of themselves. So you just see this floating raft just made purely of fire ants.
I know this.
Smart.
It's scary.
Now, really
they're the only other animal. Well, they're one of the only other animals that cultivate agriculture too, which is fucking insane, and have domesticated fucking aphids and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
leaf cutter ants. They
grow fucking mold.
Yeah, they use the leaves to grow mold, and then they feed the mold to aphids.
I think they appear in the book Children of Time. They have like they build like computers out of themselves.
Yeah. That shit's scary, bro.
Yeah, that's basically.
Wow.
Well, it's made the book is mainly about the spider civilization on that planet, but then they end up domesticating the leafcutter ants as computers. Like they end up
That's pretty
becoming
cool.
their computers.
Wait, what's the name of this book?
Children of Time.
Children of Time.
It's one of
Children of
the
Time.
best science fiction books that exists, in my opinion.
I need to pick it
I'll
up
check
at
it
some
out.
point.
It's really
Yeah, I
good.
need to check it out.
Speaking
That
of some
sounds
of the
really
best
cool.
science fiction books, I'm still chewing through the Three-Body Problem, which is really not all it was hyped up to be. It's kind of
Yeah, I eventually gave up on it.
especially in
it's
the
just
third act. It's just
Yeah,
Oof,
I mean,
you're not liking it.
it doesn't help that because I watch Quinn's Ideas, the YouTuber, and he hypes it up so fucking much. I'm like, what you're talking about sounds so fucking cool, but I'm not seeing it in the book you're recommending.
It's conceptually interesting, but really the main bit of the book, during the interesting section of the book, is that the guy is playing a video game. That's most of the book. I don't
it's
really give a shit.
Okay, it's when we're getting to the part where all of human civilization has just been a red herring, and now we're uber fucked and we're just destined to die. When's that come up? I came here for cosmic horror. Where's the cosmic horror?
Yeah, this is the huge cosmic horror thing that happens with the photography early on in the book. I don't know if that ever gets explained, but it just sort of happens, and then the story really dials down.
Yeah, that was
1,000%.
Cool.
I have no idea if that. I mean, I'm not quite at the end of it, so maybe that will get explained at some point. But it just is not mentioned again up until this point, where I really feel that
I mean, if he does explain the photographs, let me know, because that was so fucking cool.
Oh, it doesn't get explained in the book?
I'm saying if it does, let me. I gave up. I gave up reading it. You're still reading this. I mean, if he does explain that, let me know, so that way I can continue reading. Yeah,
I was like,
I mean, it was creepy.
Yeah,
it was creepy.
It was damn, this is some reality-shattering shit, and it's just, let's play a video game.
Then it's let's play a video game where we have these armies and the sun. We saw the moon. That means the world's gonna end. Okay, everybody died. Let's try again later.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. That was an interesting concept, but it was just the fact that it was. I think he tried to, because the character was suffering pain and heat and cold and all that during the whole process, but it just never felt like there was real danger in it, the way that during the photograph scenes.
Yeah. It's because what they're playing is they're basically just playing Total War, but it's a multiplayer Total War.
Kind of Civ, I would say even.
Yeah, and they only have so much time to develop, because in the game they all start basically at the Stone Age, and each time they try to get as far as they can technologically before, was it the sun or
before they get wiped out by one of the various events that happen because of the world is it's called the Three-Body Problem for that reason. It's because it's a solar system with three suns, and you can't predict the movement of those suns, which is actually a theory for what is going on in the Game of Thrones universe. That
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's a solar system with three suns, but you only ever see one of them.
To be fair, we're making it sound way more interesting than the book.
I know, right? You talk about it sounds super interesting. The book is boring as shit.
And I think that's where the cultural thing comes in, because it's a very Chinese centric book. So it maybe. That's the problem.
I do find that kind of interesting, especially because it has a lot of footnotes that explain Chinese culture. So that at least is something that is okay. But I find especially the character interactions, I find they're so. I actually asked a Chinese friend of mine, who had read the book, is this Chinese culture that I don't understand, or is this guy just a sci-fi writer who doesn't understand how human beings interact? He's like, yeah, no, he's a sci-fi writer. This is not how
Okay.
Chinese people don't like this.
Sci-fi writers are really bad at. Oftentimes, are really bad at writing human beings doing human being things.
I hate that because that's what most of my writing is humans being people in space. Like,
I remember the amount of whiplash I got when I first read a William Gibson novel. I read Neuromancer, and it's like the guy like goes through his like intro, meets people, finds a woman, goes to the surgery, fucks the woman. It was like that quick.
Yeah.
Like chapter 2, he has like hardcore sex with this woman on the hospital bed.
Based.
Well,
you barely know her name at this point of this fucking story.
I like this guy. I respect this guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to think that Snow Crash was like the best cyberpunk novel ever. It was so fucking edgy. You literally, the main character was literally named Hero Protagonist.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Amazing.
Cringe.
Yeah. But then it's like I read later on, and it's like this is kind of edgy, but it had some really cool ideas, especially the what's it called, the metaverse? I think that's where fucking Facebook got that name from.
Can you imagine Facebook stealing ideas from cyberpunk novels when the point of the novel was that corporations are going to supplant cyberspace to like promote their own bullshit?
And I remember one of the things he talked about was being in the metaverse is like you could tell like the casual users from like the hardcore users because of their avatars. Like
their
Hero
NFTs, yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're
NFTs. Of
NFTs.
course they would use NFTs. Of course.
Well, they don't call them NFTs in the book, but it's basically that.
I was making a joke.
Yeah,
the book.
But like, it's like you could tell like when normies have them because they just look so basic. And I just saw the avatars they have for Facebook metaverse, and it's like that's exactly how I thought those normies looked in Snow Crash.
Literally the meme of fucking we have finally built the Torment Nexus from the seminal science fiction novel Do Not Build the Torment Nexus.
Yes.
Like
it's exactly.
It does sound like something they would do.
I do actually have a very interesting idea for a YA novel. I can't get over the fact this is an idea for a YA novel, and I can't, which is basically like the world. Yes, it's young adult. That's what that means. I just assume everyone knows.
No, because I think the only young adult I might have read is probably Percy Jackson, and even then, I think that's.
You didn't read Harry Potter?
No, never have.
I thought that was like required reading for every British person.
No, it's required reading from your parents. It's required reading from your parents, not from schools.
Okay, well, yes.
I was making a joke. Is that did your parents actually make you read Harry Potter and then you just didn't?
No.
That would have been very funny, though.
Hilarious.
The idea is basically that, like, in the future, the whole world is basically a video game, but it's not. Like, it's not like it's not augmented reality or something. It's like actual people just sort of got bored in post-scarcity world and were like, let's just transform the entire Earth into a video game. Yeah. But then that somehow, like, the system behind that sort of collapsed, and now the world is extremely lethal. But you can still get like items.
Like a digital uploaded mind into a computer.
Yeah, that is not what happens. There is no more immortality. That system specifically, it broke.
So I don't understand what you mean by the world is a video game.
Well, no, it's like they basically the theme park type MMO, which is most MMOs. The world was basically transformed into that. All of Earth, like all of nature. The way there's no one goes like to work anymore. You just do like you farm equipment and stuff. It's like so post scarcity that like we just decided to transform everything into World of Warcraft.
Okay, so like the structure is similar to that of a video game, not that it is a video game.
No. Yeah, the structure of the
I was thinking like literally like there's a fucking health bar above your head constantly, and
well,
like,
you do have like
you're a digital being.
No, but you do have like abilities and stuff that you unlock, and you build your character. You like animals drop loot and stuff. But they're not. But they're like monster animals. They're like the cool monsters and shit, not regular animals. Yeah.
Why just not hitting him in the head?
I just want to mention really quick. Even though like when I reread Snow Crash later on, I realized how problematic this character is. But the main antagonist in Snow Crash is a dude named Raven, and he's an Aleutian Inuit. And he has a huge axe to grind against the U.S. government for what they did out on the Aleutian Islands. And he's basically this anarchist, and he has a dead man switch installed on his part because he has a nuclear warhead in the sidecar of his motorcycle. So, like,
awesome.
he's able to do whatever the fuck he wants because everybody's scared to kill him because they don't want the nuke to go off.
That's fair.
But the part where he's problematic is that there's another protagonist called YT, and it's implied in the novel that she's 16 years old, and she uses some tactics to get close to Raven, and I think in the book like Raven's like 32, so
they made a character named Whitey.
No, YT. Yeah, Whitey.
Yeah, that's how people say white on like online. Like that's like if you're on like Twitter and shit, people say white people, they say YT.
Her name is short for yours truly, but I know what you're talking about.
I do feel though.
Is she white though?
Yeah.
They don't bring up her real name, and I don't remember what she was described as. It was just like she was like a punk. She was like a punk's skateboarder who basically does Uber deliveries for very, very wealthy people.
I do think that having a nuke and threatening to blow it up is a little more problematic than fucking a 16-year-old. At least as problematic.
I disagree.
Nah,
you can have reasons for why you're threatening to blow someone up with a nuke, but I don't think there's any reason that can justify.
He's not really threatening. He's just like, if you kill me, the nuke goes off.
Yeah, it's a bit irresponsible because he might.
It's irresponsible.
Like you could just there's a bunch of things that could happen to you at any given day where you could just die.
I agree.
I don't think he really cares.
Yeah, that's the I feel like it's a bit irresponsible what he's doing.
I mean, he's an anti-American anarchist, you know. So
yeah, I feel like kind of that is at least as bad.
Where is the nuke?
It's on his bike. It's in the sidecar.
Hang on, the nuke is on his bike.
Time out. He carries a nuke around with him in his fucking bike?
I'm sorry, what?
His motorcycle. It's in the sidecar of his motorcycle.
That's worse! What? You know how often like motorcycle accidents happen? Right? He fucking takes a wrong turn somewhere, slides off his bike, and then the entire fucking East Coast explodes.
Well, it's Los Angeles, so it's the
entire West. Okay, well, you know what? He's morally correct then.
Also, who wouldn't want to carry a fucking nuke in their bike?
Also, much of the U.S. territory has been carved up into independent enclaves. Like, I forgot what they're called. Franchise organized quasi-national entities. Or fuck these. And like
really?
What?
They're called franchise organized quasi-national entities, or nicknamed fuck these. And one of the most popular ones in the LA area. And one of the most popular ones in the LA area is Mr. Lee's Greater Hong Kong.
I have to fucking read this book, dude.
This sounds like the cringiest fucking cyberpunk thing I've ever heard of.
It was made in 1992, and yeah, it's pure like early 90s.
Amazing.
I don't care. I need to read this book.
How often do people wear trench coats?
Hero protagonist is just he's like Neo. He's like Neo if Neo was created by a 10-year-old.
Hell yeah,
Like-
dude.
Lol.
This sounds amazing. I need this book.
This is the best book ever, dude.
Yeah, here's a summary. His name is Hero Protagonist. Hiro Protagonist.
Hero Protagonist.
He's a hacker. He works for the Italian mafia as a pizza delivery.
Oh my god, dude!
The mafia basically runs
really?
pizza business. This sounds like bullshit.
If someone came to me with this character in Shadowrun, I'd tell them to remake one.
Dude,
I am not. It sounds like he works for Uncle Enzo's Pizza Delivery, which is the Italian mafia in Atlanta.
That is incredible, dude. I have to read this book.
There's another. There's a guy named L. Bob Rife, which I don't know what that means, but he has his own private military force, and his headquarters is on the USS Enterprise, and he basically rents out his aircraft carrier to various enclaves to fight wars for him.
Incredible.
I'm telling you, it's. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm talking to Cody. Cody, is this like an actual guy shouting in your ear right now?
It's an NPC, but I did just hear one of the NPCs get dropped by a suppressed sniper shot. So there's a guy on the hill next to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You were saying something, MDev.
Oh no! I was just. I'm just emphasizing that this is a real book that was published in the 90s, and I'm not lying. This is a real.
I would love to write a book like this.
Yeah, same.
It's because it's so insane. And I have heard of Snow Crash before. It's like a seminal cyberpunk work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it has some good ideas. It has some interesting. I'm not gonna say good ideas, but like interesting, like concepts. Like one of the things they have is this thing called distributed republics, which are just countries that basically exist on the internet. Where it's like people uniting under not location but like ideas and ideologies and stuff, which is interesting.
So the server basically.
Yeah, and yeah, the metaverse, which is literally this is the thing about the metaverse is that it's not a world, it's a street. It's a single. Stevenson's metaverse appears to use this as an urban environment developed along a single 100-meter wide road known as a street that runs for 65,536 kilometers.
Seems a bit impractical in terms of land use. But hey, I have read Riverworld. It's basically the same thing with a river that snakes around the whole planet.
Yeah, and the way users look on the metaverse is dependent on the quality of the computer or the rig they're using. So if they're like at an internet cafe, like renting a rig, they look like static black and white characters. But if they have like a high-power gaming PC, then they look like whatever they could come up with.
Hell yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Net-based.
Fucking guy who has a nuke in the sidecar of his motorbike.
Yes.
So fucking stupid.
Oh
Is it a
my
nuke or is it
God.
a dirty bomb? Because I get.
No, it's a nuke. It's a nuke.
Oh my
It's a
God.
nuclear. It's a single nuclear warhead.
How infertile is he?
Very.
Because,
Don't
like,
worry. Don't worry, Burger. He's having the plutonium core held open with a screwdriver. He duct taped to the outside of his sidecar. It's fine as long as he any speed bumps.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I guess well, I'm trying to remember what the whole. Oh yeah, this all centers around a new type of drug that you take within the metaverse, but it affects you in the real. Yeah, it's like, it's like you die in the metaverse, you die in real life situation because there's a fully digital drug. It's like total early '90s cyberpunk fluff. So yeah.
Damn. I want the wildest cyberpunk shit, dude.
Yeah, well, I remember what was the Neuromancer. I remember the first time I was reading that, and I was like blown away by it.
I was confused the whole time because it's very bad at pacing.
It is bad at pacing, but it was like for the time it came out, it had like lots of really cool ideas.
Oh yeah. I enjoyed reading it. It was just like I was reading it, and then I was in Japan, and then I was in Turkey for some reason, and then they said, "Hey, we're gonna go to Freeside," and I assumed, they're going to Vegas. No, they got into a space shuttle and decided to go to an asteroid Jamaica. Like,
what was the deal with the cat people? Because I remember there being like specifically in one chapter there was cat people. Yeah, I don't know if it was like a gang or like a terrorist group.
There were cat people? I don't remember cat people.
No, not cat people in the sense of like the anime cat girl sense. I think it was more just like a gang that were really, really into like cats. They're like terrorist furries.
So just furries.
Damn, that is a sentence and a half.
Oh, this
terrorist
is great.
furries. Well, no, actually, we should actually. If you think about it, we should actually be terrified of furries.
Yeah.
Terrified of what?
Why should we be terrified of furries? Explain this to me.
How much does a fursuit cost on average?
Well, it depends on what you want. It depends on what you want.
This is a fatal flaw that you only look at the richest of furries as actual furries. You gotta find the
bourgeoisie of the furry class.
Yes,
like it depends on like what kind of fursuit do you want, like a. Because the most speaking as a furry myself, the ones who fursuit.
We got one.
The ones, I mean, first of all, like within the furry community, there's people who fursuit and there's people who do not. I don't, but the ones who fursuit, it's like, what do you want? It's like buying a car. It's like you could go super cheap, or you can go all out.
Well, I knew a furry in high school who just sort of had the tail thing. Like, that was the thing. Yeah. They wore their tail to school or whatever.
The butt tail. We've all been there.
Yeah, it's like the cheapest you could go is like, I guess the cheapest you can go is like a one piece like jumpsuit in the color of like whatever your character is, and then like a basic head.
So like Green Man, basically.
Yeah, basically like Green Man, or you could go up like middle tier where you get like the paws, the paws and the foot paws, and like a well made like head, or you could go like all out and spend like several. Like I've seen like some heads, just the head themselves, go for $5,000 to $6,000, where it's like the eyebrows move up and down, the mouth moves with your mouth. And like even the eyes can move around, like fully articulated.
With like a cooling system, like a ventilation for your balls, maybe.
Yeah, and the more expensive ones, you can get like a internal fan system that blows air around.
Why did I even ask as a joke? What was going through my head when I asked this question as a joke? Please.
I mean,
I don't know.
Well, it's like, yeah, they're in those suits. Like when they go to a furry convention, they're in those suits for like 10 to 12 hours a day. Of course, they need a cooling system. Oh, and when it comes to like orgies and stuff, they don't do their best suit. They take they literally like just go they'll have sex with the head on, but the suit itself they'll change it out for like a one piece like pajama set or something.
Of course, you don't have an orgy in your best suit.
Yeah.
In your finest Armani fursuit.
Your Armani fursuit. Listen,
I mean,
that's gotta be a title for a video at some point. Armani fursuit.
I mean,
Yeah, bro, come on.
Idea.
Come on. Why are you keeping us hanging like that? Where the Armani fursuits at, bro?
I mean, I knew that was going to get brought up, so I wanted to
Wait. If there's Armani fursuits, there has to be Adidas fursuits.
Yeah,
Adidas
when when your persona is a Russian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I feel like the greatest tragedy of this entire war is that Adidas pulled out of Russia.
I know, right? I was like, damn,
I
this,
think
they did.
nothing
Oh,
will hit
yeah.
them as much
Sputnik
as
survived.
this.
Because of
How-
I mean, like Russia's like unable to use like most like banking services that the West uses. Like they don't have
did you
Visa,
see
they don't have MasterCard.
Well, did you see the lines coming out of McDonald's, like going around the block as people are trying to get like one last Big Mac before they can't get them anymore?
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, they are truly bringing back. We were wrong. They aren't bringing back the
I don't know
Soviet
what's-
Empire. They're truly bringing back the USSR.
I always bring up that the fall of the Soviet Union happened whenever they got rid of McDonald's in the Soviet Union, or so when they got a McDonald's in the Soviet Union. So this is just coming back. Like the Soviet Union is closing their McDonald's now.
Yeah, that's a guy on Reddit posted a picture from one of his friends in Russia where the dude just like stocked up his freezer just full of like Big Macs and chicken sandwiches.
Fucking
And I'm just like,
Goodness.
I was just like, that's
gross.
gonna get stale really fast.
I love
Yeah,
this.
I don't see that getting better. I don't like leftover McDonald's is really shit. Like unless you're eating it like literally the day after, it's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
No, you'd have to like freeze it, right? And even then, I mean, freezing a burgers are not really the
I
kind
could
of food.
see you
would
freezing the
freeze.
burger, but like everything else that goes into a Big Mac, like if you freeze it, it's not gonna be good if you reheat
Yeah,
it. The bread especially.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like
hamburgers don't. they're
just
not
buy
like-
a cheeseburger and make it yourself if you're that fucking concerned. McDonald's cheeseburgers aren't even that fucking good.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, you
just
don't go to
convenient.
McDonald's because you want good food. You go to McDonald's because you're like, I have to do it. I have to go to McDonald's. And then you struggle for like 2 hours because you're like, oh, I shouldn't do it. It's really unhealthy. It's kind of a waste of money. So I could just be doing much better food at home. It doesn't even taste all that good. Then at the end, you still go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an
The
inevitability.
addictive effect of it,
You
basically.
eat it. It's like at no point enjoyable. And then you're like, damn, I just did that. And you feel guilty.
Yeah, it's like I always love McDonald's French fries
They're good.
before I actually.
That's true. McDonald's has got some slapping fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Nah.
mm,
Nah.
it's a
GBK
A
fries.
British opinion discarded.
GBK fries are fucking base.
Don't know.
British opinion discarded.
I do like me a thick fry, but the Macca's fries are really rather good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There are
I
better
can't
fries than
dispute that,
McDonald's,
but-
but
I have to say I like both the long chicken, but the variant that Macca's and Burger King have both. I
long
like
chicken.
Yeah, it's not the no, I think it is the McChicken. It's not a chicken burger, it's the McChicken. It's like
Yeah.
let me post a picture.
Chicken
of it.
sandwich.
I do think that maybe that's what it's called in America.
A McChicken is a chicken sandwich with like shit on it.
Yeah, like we have like the McChicken and then we have like the crispy chicken sandwich, which are two different things. Like the crispy chicken sandwich is meant
This
to
one.
compete with Chick-fil-A.
I have no idea what that creation is. I know they sell
hang
them
on,
at
let me
McDonald's occasionally, but like I don't know what the fuck that. It looks like a long
Oh
McChicken.
no, yeah, that's a chicken sandwich they sell at Burger King. That's
Well,
what,
no, but
like,
they
that's what
also
we get in
sell
Burger
this.
King.
Like at least in Germany, they have an equivalent to this at Macca's. They sell them both. They're just called different things. I think in Burger King it's called the long chicken, and in Macca's it's called
long chicken.
Yeah, it's called
Hey, Bert,
chicken.
Since we're talking Macca's lore, are you familiar with the McGangbang?
The McWhat?
Oh, the McGangbang! I love the
McGangbang. The McGangbang is old technology.
Hang on, what?
Well, you have the.
So the McGangbang was a thing. It was a thing that people would make themselves, where you would buy a McDouble and then you'd buy a fucking McChicken, and then you'd slap them together like some unholy creation. Well, McDonald's has since decided they're embracing that Frankenstein construction as an official menu item, except they also added a fillet of fish on top of it.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, it's called the Land, Sea, and Air sandwich.
Don't think we have that here.
They also took the bread.
American creation, methinks.
Looking at pictures of this has very strong, like, screaming bald eagle energy.
We killed 3 different animals to make this food for you.
I honestly, I look at it and I'm like, I want that, actually. I want to eat that.
I don't. I'm not a fan of fillet of fishes.
You take out the
fish. Fishes are really unhealthy.
Here's the thing, Burger, that it doesn't tell you. They don't actually sell that menu item. Okay. They're just promoting it for you to build it yourself.
Okay. Well,
I
don't buy the filet of fish, and I put in some.
Then that's a McGangbang,
that's and then breakfast McGangbang is a sausage McMuffin with a hash brown in it.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like the hash.
Yeah,
McDonald's hash browns slap so hard. I love them.
Yeah, McDonald's hash browns are really. I do mine with just an egg McMuffin. I hate the sausage. I don't like sausage.
I always get the McGriddles because the novelty of eating a sandwich made out of pancakes will never wear off on me.
Also,
I still.
Chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles.
I can't believe they got they got rid of the McBagels because of COVID. I can't believe.
Is that why they got rid of the bagels? COVID?
They got rid of the bagels due to supply issues related to COVID, and then they said we're just not going to bring them back anymore.
Oh my god!
I didn't even know McDonald's had bagels.
It's the bagel sandwiches.
It's like a Eastern U.S. thing.
The steak, egg, and cheese bagel was the best thing on their fucking menu.
The steak was the best.
It was so fucking greasy and delicious. I loved it.
I do very much envy Americans for their diversity of fast food places that they can go to. We have here in this city where I live, we have a very, very broad spread. I think we have 3 Macca's, 1 Burger King, maybe 2 Burger Kings, I'm not sure. We have 2 Subways, and a KFC. And that
I would like you to know that there is a McDonald's within a mile of me in both directions.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually true for me as well. I do believe one of them is by the... I mean, let me actually do the math on this. Let me go on Google Maps and see...
it's like within a mile of where I live, I have 2 McDonald's, Taco Bell, Taco John's, Jimmy John's, a Five Guys, a Topper's Pizza, a Pita Pit, 2 Slim Chickens.
I have never heard of half of these. They sound made up.
A lot of them are regional, but
Topper's Pizza. I never went there before, but I went there like a couple months ago, and it honestly surprised me because I had a coupon for pizza. I'm like, went there and got a pepperoni pizza, and the thing I didn't know that Topper's does is they don't put tomato sauce. They replace tomato sauce with cream cheese.
Oh shit! By the way, speaking of chicken and waffles, I actually had really bad chicken and waffles recently because this place I went to that serves it all the fucking time, and I always get it. They replaced the chicken. It used to be chicken tenders they put on the waffles. Now they just put actual bone-in chicken, and that defeats the whole purpose of eating chicken and waffles.
Yeah, you can't. It has to be tenders.
Okay,
by the way,
tenders I assumed would be cheaper anyways. I don't know why they're feeding me a fucking breast and wing.
I have 3 McDonald's within 1 mile of my house.
Damn, you're doing better than me.
One of them is in the train station. That one's really at the limit. There's one in the historical old town district, and there's one up at the gas station. This is one of the most surreal experiences.
Oh, I have 3 McDonald's near me too. Yeah. I think I have actually more. Hold on, let's see here.
Actually,
I'm looking at the map.
Burger, one thing I recommend.
I'm bringing out the map. There's one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 McDonald's within like a mile and a half of me. And then if you go a little bit further, there's more of them.
That is
the closest McDonald's to my house is 2.5 miles away.
Well, I'm just gonna do McDonald's for just the section of the city I live in, and just hold on.
I went to a Five Guys a couple months ago.
Five Guys is pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would disagree. It's awful.
Who's that? Ban that person. Ban them. Get them out of here.
Honestly,
just go back on
Five Guys is really not that great.
Five Guys is alright.
These are West Coast motherfuckers, aren't they?
Yeah,
I'm gonna stab them.
I'm freaking.
This is why he's fucked. I will throw down right now.
If you can find your way out of the swamp, you are welcome to try.
I'm gonna break a bottle of your fucking head and stab your grandmother with it. Fuck you.
Smash Burger is better. Smash Burger is better.
I'd say that I'd send you 6 feet under, but you can't dig graves in Florida.
I don't need to dig a grave for you, motherfucker. I'll just throw you in the swamp and let the bugs fucking eat your bloated corpse.
Nah, dude, that's what I just
wanted to tell you, when you come to visit the U.S., if you ever have a chance to head down south, you should try, like, especially in Texas, just find like a random like barbecue place, and you're at a good barbecue place, especially in Texas, is if it's a trailer home where like the dude sleeps in the same room as his smoker. And you go up, and the dude is just like covered in flies, and he's like fucking 150 years old. It's just this ancient black man, and you look at what you want on the menu. You tell him what you want, for like ribs and sides and all that, and he just walks in and then comes back out 5 minutes later, gives it to you, and you go to pick up a rib, and all you pick up is just the bone because all the meat is just so good and so tender, just slides right off the bone.
Yeah, I have a weird relationship with ribs because I don't like them until I'm eating them, and then I'm like,
yeah, you have to eat
really good.
Yeah, you have to go to a place where it looks like the Civil War just ended like the year before.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
You gotta go to you gotta go to a place that looks like either that people there are all really still bitter about the Civil War ending, or people who like really didn't realize that they weren't slaves anymore until like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's like they look like they're like morbidly. It's like, well, generally they have to be morbidly obese, otherwise don't go, because that means they're not eating their own.
Okay, you know what the best American breakfast food is?
Your mom's pussy.
Hell yeah.
Okay, it's
best American chicken and waffles.
As long as the shape and the packaging is still the same.
Oh, hash browns, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No.
What the fuck's a Safeway?
It's a grocery store.
It's a kind of like upper class chain over here. I just grabbed the first picture I could find that was like the.
We were talking earlier about how McDonald's hash browns slap, so I get it, yeah.
But like honestly, the best American breakfast food, like half of American food's breakfast foods. That is a very tall category.
I probably am gonna disagree. I think probably the best breakfast food is still chicken waffle. Chicken waffle is just the best American food that exists.
It may be the best food.
You can eat it at any time of the day.
Yeah, it may be the best food ever.
It's just the best food. Yeah, well, it is. I think the best. Yeah, probably the best food. Yeah.
It's really
maybe pizza beats it out, but like I don't think so. I think maybe chicken and waffles beats out pizza.
Actually, I made a fucking pan pizza today with the vodka sauce. It was very interesting.
Oh, nice. That sounds good. Yeah, vodka sauce is great on pasta.
Now have City Skylines for free.
Well, the thing is, I don't tend to eat a lot of sauces that use alcohol a lot. Like, maybe I'll take some...
Oh, vodka sauce is something else, dude. You are missing out if you haven't tried vodka sauce.
No, you have to give vodka sauce a try.
It's really so good.
Is it like a tomato-based sauce?
Yeah, it's basically it's an onion and tomato paste thing. Where you kind of fry up the tomato paste a little bit, and then you deglaze it with vodka, and there is some kind of food science reaction that happens that makes it incredibly fragrant. And then you add like a cup of heavy cream, or just regular cream, and you mix that up, and it's
heavy cream for me.
It's creamy, but it's fresh and delicious and flavorful and deep and tomatoey, but not heavy. It's incredible.
Yeah, and the alcohol cooks away, so you don't have to worry about that. If you care, if you care,
you can and should make this for your children.
No, it is very tasty.
I don't have children.
That's just the same logic as using like wine and gravy.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't make the gravy alcoholic.
I love it. Well, alcohol burns away at I think 175 degrees Fahrenheit, which is why you got to be very careful when you're making like things like mulled wine. Yes. You might just end up with fucking grape juice.
Also, I just want to mention, like talking about chicken and waffles, the McChicken Mcgriddle from McDonald's is actually pretty good. That's pretty decent.
The McGriddle? Yeah, as I said, like the pancake.
Yeah. The McChicken, the chicken McGriddle.
I've never had chicken McGriddle. I always get the bacon one.
You just ask for it, they'll do it. They'll slap a McChicken patty on there. It's pretty good.
I understand they might do it, but I have a feeling deep in my soul that they might hate me for it.
I mean, you can add people. I don't think people realize this. If you go to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's, you can just ask them to do stuff and they'll just do it. I mean,
but do they hate you as a human being? Like, are they filled with rage as they're building that sandwich? Because I want to avoid that.
I mean, it's that's no different than asking for no mayo on your burger. I mean, if you ask them to customize your sandwich in any way, you're disrupting the flow. So if you're going to disrupt the flow, if you're going to disrupt the flow, then you might as well go all out. It's like, I want a double Whopper. Could you just add 2 patties to that, please? Make it quad Whopper. Throw some jalapenos on there.
As long as you're polite about it, most of the time people don't mind.
Oh yeah, and they will upcharge you. It's like, if you want to add patties, it's going to cost you more. So
I do always add cheese to my Chick-fil-A sandwiches because it makes it about 1,000 times better.
I don't know if they do this over in Europe, but I hate the fillet of fish so much because one, it's really unhealthy. For some reason, some people think it's like a healthy option at McDonald's. It's not.
No, it's
not.
I
really do not go to McDonald's is for healthy food.
But I hate that over here.
If you're doing that, you're doing something.
Yeah.
I hate that over here. Instead of giving you a full slice of cheese, they put a half slice on the fillet of fish. It's like the sandwich costs $4, and you're only giving me a half slice of cheese.
It's not healthy, but also make it more unhealthy. Damn it.
Yeah, it's like it's like if I'm gonna be unhealthy, I might as well be unhealthy.
Well, cheese is French, so it's healthy.
But then it's French, so it's cringe.
Yeah. Oh, that's the unhealthy.
I don't know what kind of cheese you be eating. We eat good old classic American cheese. God damn it!
It's difficult to get American cheese here, ironically.
Oh,
American cheese
is processed BS.
I bet your cheese doesn't even have plastic in it, you fucking communist.
It doesn't. No.
American cheese is a very good melting cheese.
Yeah,
that's all it's
good.
That's all it's good for.
It's good for like if it's good for hot sandwiches, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's so funny how the reason they brought up the fillet of fish is because they wanted to get the Catholic market, especially during this time of year when they're doing their fasts and stuff. And so
are the Catholics up to that again this year?
Yeah, they're up to their ways every fucking year. Jesus. Anyway, so like they wanted to capture that market because they were losing a lot of sales on Friday, especially in Catholic areas. So they had a competition. McDonald's had a competition. It was the fillet of fish versus the what was it called? The Hula Burger, and the Hula Burger was it was like a hamburger, but the meat was replaced with a slice of pineapple.
I was praying that you wouldn't say pineapple. I was praying that you wouldn't say it, but you did say it.
Oh,
pineapple might be good on a burger.
Find out the
pineapple's not bad as long as it's not on pizza.
I would love to eat Hawaiian food, but everything that is sold as Hawaiian includes pineapple, which I despise.
Yeah,
you can eat a can of Spam by itself if you want. I don't know exactly what you're looking for.
Well, the Hula Burger,
you do have poke.
It was a hamburger bun. It was a hamburger bun, a slice of fried pineapple, and then they put a slice of cheese on it.
See, the cheese is where it fucks up, because like fried pineapple is kind of boring.
Yeah,
like that shit.
Fried pineapple is good. What are you on about? Fried pineapple is good.
It is pineapple.
The fillet of fish won overwhelmingly, so that's why we have the fillet of fish now. But if you go to Hawaii, yeah, you can get like a Big Mac with a slice, or like a quarter pounder with a slice of pineapple.
I'm gonna make a burger with pineapple on it. It's gonna happen now.
They also sell in Hawaii. They also sell Spam burgers at McDonald's, where instead of beef, it's a slice of Spam.
You know what I think the most American creation ever made is?
What?
Racism.
Well, other than that, listen, Europe, we just derived it from that. Okay, Europe's cheap at that.
Yeah, just blame all of it on Europe.
Very dangerous. We're coming from
the Arthur burger. Oh god,
the student has become the master. Those look amazing, dude! Holy shit, those donuts with the my god!
Yeah, bro. No, those aren't donuts. Those look like
those
are donuts.
Yeah, no, those are donuts.
I was gonna say those look like bagels, but upon closer inspection, holy shit, those are.
I mean, a bagel is.
Yeah, they up here those are called Arthur burgers because I guess whoever invented it was.
I just call them donut burgers. I know Krispy Kreme sold them for a while.
Still one of my
these are
because.
Yeah.
You add sugar to this, or is it just the?
Donuts usually.
People will add will have like a.
How else are you going to die from
will
heart
add like
disease?
glazed donuts. I honestly find it repulsive.
The way people up though is
you're breaking up, Cody.
Chocolate does not go well with this kind of creation.
Yeah, no, chocolate does. There's a joke about these where it's like if you get an Arthur burger, you gotta eat it in bed because once you're finished eating it, you're just gonna want to take a nap.
Still one of my favorite
server got blasted in the first second.
Oh,
my man is roboting.
Bro, you are roboting real hard, bro.
Florida under DDoS attack by Putin.
Yeah,
it was
being
not
attacked
like
by Russia.
I honestly one of my absolute favorite burgers that I can buy. There's probably some like this in America, but I've never heard of anyone actually having it. Is called the Charlie Brown burger, and it's a peanut butter and jelly burger, with burger meat and all that. It's fucking great.
Oh, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of those like one of those artisanal burger places here in Europe. Artisanal in where there's a certain category of burger restaurant in Europe where they will serve your food on roof shingles. I don't know when this started or why they do this, but there's just
What
a
are roof
cat.
shingles? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
They will just the food will just be on a roof shingle, and that'll be the plate.
Shit.
I like how that Charlie Brown Burger's caller is known to me. It's just like that's something I would make when I'm like really drunk.
I mean, Germany does have a bit of an alcoholism problem.
Let's be fair. You guys are drunk half the time.
Yeah. We don't show it, but it's there.
Actually,
you guys want to know something fucked up? I had to speak French for work today.
Rip, brother.
Oh,
that is very.
What the fuck is this? One message hidden from likely spammer.
Where is this?
Yeah, no, that's a new Discord thing.
Where is this?
It's an utterly fucked Discord thing because it doesn't work.
Yeah, literally the first time I saw this was in the I Need Help chat, and I clicked it, and it was somebody going, "Hey, my friend just threatened suicide. What do I do?" Like that is the message that Discord thought. Oh, this should probably fewer people should see this. Like incredible.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, someone making a joke about Nazis, so I guess maybe that I don't know if that's why they got flagged.
I don't understand this thing by tech companies to go, oh, we really need to regulate what people can actually see in their own private spaces. That's something that really goes over well if we tell you what you're allowed to see.
I mean, I get if it's for spamming, I get it because that is a big problem in a lot of bigger Discord servers, but it's not working. So Discord just likes to make features every so often, and then they drop them.
It's the YouTube of chants basically.
I do like the thread thing they added beforehand.
The thread.
I thought no one would use it, but I find myself using it pretty often. Actually,
we do have now on the server. We have a polyamory thread where we can talk about polyamory shit in the gay chat.
Oh, damn! I gotta check that shit out.
I made that yesterday, and that does remind me. It is time to end the stream.
Mm-hmm. So we can all go over to the polyamory chat.
We're all going to the polyamory chat and fucking
So
and go fuck.
Hold hands out there.
Do you think you'll ever go into